All right, so this week I wanted to do just a little review of what we're doing in these classes. Um, just a little reminder of what we're learning, a little goal, um, sort of review um, the expectation as we go along. So, we're learning in these classes that we're made up of so much more than we thought originally, right? That there's so much more potential and power within us than we thought um, possible. And we're learning that we're divine, right? We're learning that we're divine beings. And and what does that mean? What does that mean to us and to the life that we're living? And then what does that look like? Once we get a hold of the fact that, yes, I am the I am, and yes, I am divine, um, then um, what does that look like moving forward in a day to day sort of scheme? So understanding uh, that we're divine and understanding that we are made up of love and light and divine energy and power uh, is great. Super great to know that. It should motivate us to reach beyond uh, our small mind, and it should motivate us to reach beyond our persona or the overlay, right? So that when we are um, learning about the grandeur of love and life and the space inside of us and outside of us, and we're challenging our labels and our concepts. When we're doing that, um, we're not standing off to the side going, I'm observing some things about my life that um, I would like to be different. I'm just looking at them from the side, but we're moving away, away from awareness. Gives us a choice. When we become aware, we're looking in the mirror of divine love, and we're becoming aware of what in us is not shining, which facet in the divine diamond is not reflecting light right now. Um, then we need to do something about it, right? We need to be actively um, letting go and opening up to what is it that I'm feeling, or what is it that I'm thinking, or what am I feeling inside? And I know this is repetition, but it's really important because our mind will drag us back into that way of thinking in an instant. And we're challenging the labels that we've chosen for ourselves and that we've attached to, because they are less than our potential, right? They're less than our potential. So the other day I was talking to a friend of mine, um, and she's like, well, I'm wrapping my type A brain around it. And I was like, that's an excuse. I mean, I didn't say that, but we attach to these labels that we think are so great and say something great about us. I'm a type A personality, and therefore it gives me the right to be aggressive and domineering and out of balance. But actually, there's four personality types, and we're supposed to be all of them blended. We're actually, that's just BS. Like, people are using that to make money and get you to hire people and learn things. But we're all unique, and our personalities reflect that, and we all have the talents, and we all have um, all aspects of a person. But because and one person is more aggressive, and so then they get these better jobs and all this kind, so we attach to what we think is the better one, right? This is who I am. And then this is who I am. And then we move on in life, um, walking that out. When in reality, it isn't who we are. We're a beautiful um, array of emotions and expression and love that is enhancing and building up the energy in the world around us. So, these are the things I'm talking about. What's flying out of our mouth that is so normal to us that we've taken it on um, as an identity, but it actually isn't. Like, oh, I'm just really laid back and really not motivated. I've never been motivated. Well, that's not true. We have motivation built into us, right? But we've attached to that story because it's working for us or because somebody said that's who we were, right? And we in a one day in each of our lives, we're going to be easygoing, aggressive, laid back, organized, right? We do what we need to have a balanced life when we're seeking a balanced life. But if we're latching on to what fits how we're being, then we justify owning it and not examining it, right? So we're to, look, what is divinity? Is it I'm going to manage um, all the people around me so that they're behaving how I think they should? Or, this person needs to adjust and adapt to how I think they should be living. Um, and like it's our job to decide what somebody else is supposed to be doing anyway. If we put that kind of attention on ourselves, then as the energy changes in ourselves, the energy will change in the relationship. It's the same as being a martyr, right? I'm just going to do everything myself, manage everything myself, because then I know it's done right. And um, that makes me feel valuable in some way. And we carry that story, right? So all of these shadow personality stories that we've connected with, this is what we need to allow ourselves to see and look at when we're in the mirror of love. Because we are all absolutely complete in our divinity, and every beautiful aspect of divine love is alive in each one of us. So the balance will come up and through us when we begin to look at what we are claiming as the clothing that we're putting on. We're looking at that with an openness and a willingness, like, I know I'm divine, and I do not believe divinity would be feeling this way. So what is the difference, right? Or listening to what we're saying. you know I just can't be in balance because I'm a type A. Well, that's BS. You can be in balance. Like, it's like saying only half of the created people can be in balance then, but not these. Like, that's just not taking responsibility to bring yourself into balance and look in the mirror of love and be like, what in me is deflecting instead of reflecting love, right? We are completely 100% responsible for us. Us and us alone is what we're responsible for. And as we move through life and through our days today and our jobs and school and relationships and whatever it is we're moving through, um, we're evolving and becoming and um, bringing the balance and the light and the life with us, um, not snuffing it out while we're there. So, um, we looking at it this way, if we look at it, and I heard this teaching and I thought it was really profoundly, like, it really was moving. When we look at somebody And we um, judge them, not like, oh, they're fat or they're skinny or something like that, but like, um, I hope they make it, or, uh, I don't think they're going to be successful, or they need to do this to be more balanced, or they need to do this to be more happy. We actually rob them of the power to achieve that, because we hold them in an identity that we see them in, and we do not allow them to elevate to their potential, because we're holding them with our energy where we think they are. But we don't know. How could we possibly know? Right? That's why the eyes are always turned in. The eyes are turned in to our life, you know, and we come and we get into our meditation, and into our warm and fuzzy, and some of you know my sister made me this blanket. And this is like meditation. Like, we bring it around us and we cuddle up in it, and oh, it's oh so warm, and I feel how soft, like it's so soft, and I'm just so in here, just in here, sponging it up, right? And then I get up from here and I take it off, right? But we don't really, but we think we do. And I take it off and I set it over there as my meditation time in the corner. And I go off and I judge somebody, and I go off and you know, nothing's changed in me. I haven't left anything behind. I haven't made room, right? We're supposed to leave behind something as we're evolving and growing, right? And you know, I heard this quote the other day, and it said, who am I who feels this emotion? Not how do I change it, or how do I change someone else so I don't have to feel it, right? Who am I that's observing this emotion in myself, and why am I having it? It's an active participation in acquiring more and more of our divine essence to flow out, and moving out of the way, that being asking what needs to move out of the way for me to walk in the fullness of freedom and love and awareness of the beauty all around me, and to bring that into every corner of the world that I walk in. What in me needs to change? What can I let go of in my basket of being? What can I unpack from this satchel I carry around with me, right? Because moving forward, moving upward, um, we're coming up to a place of observing from farther and farther away, like we talked about last week. So we have more and more perspective, so that we're not moved on the shallow level by things feeling personal, or things feeling um, like we have a right to this and a right to that and this and that, and the whole world needs to organize so that we feel okay about ourselves. Feeling okay about me starts in here, and peace about me starts in here, and the love flowing out of me starts in here. It's like everything starts in here. And then the going out, the flowing out, and all of that is automatic, because that's who I am. That's who I am. The world is changed by the nature of our being in our unaware state and in our aware state. So the world is being changed by the nature of our being if we're unrenewed and unaware and being snarky or whatever we are, judging in a nice way, the polite judging, or if the world is changed by the nature of our divine being, our divine essence. And we're not losing anything. We're not going to be unsuccessful bunch of mushrooms sitting around. We're going to walk in the fullness of who we are, not who we think we are. Like that's the super important thing to get is we start to see who we really are, and then everything that's in us that is a gift to this planet is a natural easy flow through, right? Because we're aware, I am divine, I am profoundly loved, I am taken care of, I am lifted up, I'm surrounded, everything I need is here, the wisdom's here. If I can't hear it, I'm the one who needs to sit down until I do hear it, right? So who's responsible in this whole teaching? Me. I'm responsible for everything about me and moving my life forward, right? And all the teaching in the world won't change you if you don't eat the food, right? All the meditation won't change you. All the mantras won't change you if you're not going into it with an openness to be changed. And to there's a picture of divinity impressed within our heart that we are elevating up to, and we know what that is in our high self, and we begin to surrender into the possibility of that, and our mind quiets down. The mind that just knows what it's learned and that's it will begin to lose some of the noise factor that it has, right? And the need to be validated from the outside, validated through what we're doing or validated through what somebody's saying, but we become validated by knowing who we are, and pressing into that. So it really does become, and not to be sequestered away in a cave till you figure it out. We're here to live and walk and breathe on the face of the earth and to touch lives every day. It's how we're touching them that we're learning in this class. How to be divine, how to let our true personality flow through us so that it makes a positive, um, loving impact on everybody and the environment that we're in. Because, you know, divinity isn't born uh, out of balance, like like the divine being is a type A. Like how crappy would that be if you weren't then, right? No, like we're all in balance. It's finding that balance, finding that Tao inside of yourself, right? Finding it inside of yourself. And the hard stuff, the controlling stuff, the stuff I need it should be, it has to be, it's right, it's wrong, will fade off. It's not important, and then the love can flow up and through. Um, so, like I said before, the only life that I can live and the only life that I can change 100% is my own. The only life that I can be active in the creation of and fulfillment of is my own. And mine's the only life that I can elevate and reach the potential that's mine. And only I can successfully work on my life. So, and that's my daily strive, is to allow myself to become softer and softer and softer so that I begin to hear moment by moment everything that the divine hears, right? Play the same music out of my heart, right? Reach my potential as a human being, as me inside myself, in balance, and to see, not miss the beauty that is all around. There's so much beauty, so much life energy all around, in other people, in nature, and the scents and the things we hear. Like it's really all there for us when we begin to notice it from within ourselves. So that's my lesson for today. Unmute if you'd like to comment.
That was awesome. It puts a lot into perspective.
Good.
It really does. I mean, I think about all the times that I self-judge myself. Do you know what I mean? And that's just counterproductive and negative, and it's not divine.
No, and then so we say, where did that? I always say, where did that come from?
Right.
What's the handle for that so I can pull it out?
So that gives me a different way to look at it,
Yeah.
and a different way to go in and like you said, correct, get rid of, let go, leave
Fall
behind.
behind. I mean,
Yeah.
I heard that one time and I was like, I don't even know. So when I had a feeling, I was like, okay, there's a feeling I don't want. I'm going to fall behind it. And it was really like a drifting back to where I was like, oh, I can, like what we did last week, just drifting back enough to observe it and be like, yeah, I don't need that.
Cool.
I don't need, yeah, because it's a habit, another habit. You know what it's like? It's like if you ever went hiking and you hike through and you get stickers like on your pants or your socks and they like are in there. So we're just pulling the stickers out of all the stuff we've picked up along the way.
You're gonna laugh, Audrey. I literally thought you meant like gold star stickers hiking through the forest. I'm like, stickers?
That too.
We call them burrs.
Burrs, cattails. Things we don't need. So,
I
yeah.
resonate Dawn with what you said about like self-judgment. And it happened for me probably like the last 2 or 3 months where that talk track in my head stopped because it already happened. Like you already said that or you already did the action. Like you can't go back. So there's no point in, easier said than done, than judging. But that voice starts to quiet and it's like, it's very peaceful.
And then you find another one comes up.
Of
Because
course.
we're not babies. We have history. And even real time, the conversations are there. And another burr. Whoop, there's another cattail from left field. Or every time we're in a new situation, there's a conversation. So, the noise is there. It's okay. We're sorting it out. And the times of quietness are really nice, but it's there's always more. There's always more static.
More stickers.
More stickers. Gold stars. Okay, my darlings. No more comments. Nope. All right. So we will do a meditation, but I will turn off the recording.